Well, greetings, fellow travelers. Sorry it's a little windy. You might have a little trouble hearing me, and I apologize for that. But we're here in Savannah, Georgia at Fort Pulaski. Now, after the War of 1812, President Madison decided he wanted to strengthen the coastal defenses. I'm going to turn around this way. He wanted to strengthen the coastal defenses. So he ordered a series of forts to be built, and one of them was Fort Pulaski, right here on what came to be known as, I just totally blanked on the name of the island, but right here off the coast of Savannah, Georgia. Now, Savannah at the time was a very prosperous city, very big in the cotton trade. And was actually founded as a buffer between the English colonies and the Spanish colonies in Florida. So he ordered the construction of this fort, and so he sent a brigadier general down, but he also sent a newly commissioned second lieutenant by the name of Robert E. Lee as an engineer to help oversee the construction of Fort Pulaski. Now, Fort Pulaski was named after a Polish cavalryman who fought in the Revolutionary War under George Washington. I think his name was Cosimi Pulaski. You guys have got to forgive me, I'm going off of memory on these things. But anyway, Fort Pulaski was built because it was built to withstand bombardment of traditional cannon at the time. Well, the problem was, weapons get better. They get better in time. And as it turned out, good old Fort Pulaski wasn't going to be as strong as they thought it was. I'm going to show you guys once the Union Army set up over on Tybee Island, which is across the water about a mile away. They brought in this revolutionary armament called a rifled gun or rifled cannon. And the difference was the smoothbore cannon that the fort was built to withstand, it shot a round projectile, and you can see the holes, the indentations and everything in the walls that those would have caused. However, the rifled gun actually shot a conical projectile. Not only did it shoot a conical projectile, but it spun that projectile, which gave it greater distance and greater velocity at that distance. And what wound up happening is they really started breaching the walls. And they were actually blowing holes in the fort to the point that they were in danger of actually exploding the powder magazines. The powder magazines, which were storing like 40,000 pounds of black powder for the cannons. So you can imagine that type of bombardment. The siege of Fort Pulaski only took approximately 30 hours. So what happened was, at first, the Union commander sent over a demand for surrender. And the commanding officer of Fort Pulaski sent back his reply, which was, "I am here to defend Fort Pulaski, not surrender it." And then on April 10th, 1862, the Union fired a mortar shell that exploded over the fort, and the battle was on. And 30 hours later, the fort had taken such a pounding, and had received such damage that the officer said he was, quote, compelled to surrender. And so he ran up, he lowered the stars and bars and raised a white flag to say that he was surrendering. And then they were, the Union troops then occupied the fort and effectively ended Savannah's reign as a Confederate port and place to get goods shipped in and everything. So, you know, I got to tell you, I grew up about 4.5, 5 hours from here. Never heard of Fort Pulaski until a few days ago. And just, you know, this is what I'm loving about this trip, is all of the history that I'm discovering. You know, my goal in doing this was to explore and to learn and to share it with you guys. But I got to tell you, I'm like a kid in a candy store with this thing, man. You know, after going to Andersonville and Vicksburg and Fort Zachary Taylor and now Pulaski, just being able to touch the history. I mean, we were able to actually touch mini A balls that are still in the walls. We were able to see the bricks of Fort Pulaski they were made by slave labor, and in some of the bricks you can actually see their fingerprints, and in one brick there's a handprint. And just to, you know what it does? It brings it out of the theoretical and makes it concrete. And I don't mean that as a pun for the masonry, but you know, we can talk about slavery. We can talk about the Civil War and all those things that happened, but when you're visiting a place like this, you actually get to touch it. You actually get to experience it. You actually get to almost hear the ghosts talking to you and telling you what happened. It's something that you have to experience to understand, I imagine. So I hope I'm at least doing a decent job of imparting some information to you guys. Now, I'm getting lots of footage and pictures and things like that I'll later be editing and using to create more in-depth videos. So be on the lookout for those. But for right now, just understand that this trip is actually impacting me and affecting me in ways I was not necessarily prepared for. And it's a good thing. It's good. So right now we're going to go to Tybee Island and grab some lunch. Tomorrow we're going to be off to Charleston Harbor and Fort Sumter. So I'll see you guys a little further down the road. Bye-bye.